I heard a man's soul leave his body yesterday. I was at a Shell station. Pump 1, filling up my Subaru. Little car, good on gas. Nothing fancy. The kind of car that says, I have accepted who I am and I'm fine with it. Next to me, pump 2, this guy pulls up in a Ram truck. White, massive, the kind of truck that looks like it eats other cars for breakfast. I swear this thing had its own weather system. My Subaru was literally in its shadow. I felt like I parked next to a building. Anyway, he sticks the nozzle in, starts pumping, and I'm watching. Because what else do you do at a gas station? Stare at other people's financial pain? Yeah, that's exactly what you do. His screen starts climbing. $40, $60, $80. I'm done. My Subaru's full. $50, the whole tank. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm standing there feeling kinda good about myself. Like I made at least one right decision in my life. My wife would argue otherwise, but today, at this pump, I'm winning. His screen is still going. $90, $100, $110. He's just staring at it, not blinking. Watching his money disappear in real time like a slot machine that only pays out in sadness. $130. $130 for gas. In a tank he's going to empty in a week and fill up again and empty again and fill up again until one of them, him or the truck, finally gives up. He pulls the nozzle out, looks at the sky like he's checking if God is watching this, looks at his truck, looks at the price board of $1.77 a liter. For my American friends, that's like $5 a gallon, which is basically armed robbery, but they give you a receipt, so it's fine. And this man, this grown, full-sized truck-driving man, says out loud, to nobody, to everybody, to God, to the Shell sign, to the pigeons, to my Subaru, to the entire universe. What the fuck? And I felt that. In my chest. The whole gas station felt that. The woman inside paying for her coffee felt that. Even the pigeons stopped walking for a second. I'm not kidding, and here's the thing. It's not just him. That same what the fuck is being said right now. Right this second. At a gas station in Texas, in a parking lot in London, at a market in Manila, in a kitchen in Cairo, on a bus in Sao Paulo. Different languages, different accents, different currencies, same two words, same feeling, same face. What the fuck is not a question anymore. It's the national anthem. Not of one country, of the whole damn world. The anthem nobody voted for, nobody wrote, nobody wanted, but everybody knows the words. What the fuck? If you've been standing at that pump doing the same math, you're not crazy, and you're not alone. Hit subscribe. This is your channel now. So I drove away in my little Subaru feeling like I won something. And honestly, maybe I did. But wait, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. I shouldn't have to feel like I won something for spending $50 on gas. $50 is not a victory. $50 to fill a car so I can drive to work, so I can make money, so I can drive back and give it to the gas station again. That's not winning. That's not even breaking even. That's a hamster wheel with a fuel gauge. And that guy in the Ram? Look, he's not stupid. I need to say that. He bought that truck when gas was normal, when $90 would have filled it twice. He probably needs it for work or family or life. I don't know his story, but I know he didn't plan for this. Nobody planned for this. Nobody called any of us and said, hey, just so you know, some guys on the other side of the planet are about to have a dick measuring contest, and your gas bill is going to double. You might want to sell the truck. They just changed the price. Overnight. And he showed up at pump 2 and found out the hard way. That's not his fault. Not yours either. Not mine. Not anybody's fault at this gas station. We're all paying for a decision we didn't make. Made by people we didn't choose. In a room we'll never see. And the people in that room, they don't pump gas. They've got drivers. Fuel accounts, expense reports. They've never stood at a pump watching numbers climb, stomach tight, saying what the fuck to a Shell sign while pigeons judge them. But we have. Today, right now, all of us. Okay, but here's the thing nobody tells you at the gas station. The pump? That's just the beginning. That's just the trailer. The real movie starts at the grocery store because everything on those shelves got there on a truck. And that truck runs on fuel. And fuel just went through the roof. So when fuel goes up, the truck, the delivery, the store, the shelf, it all goes up. And suddenly you're standing in aisle 7 holding a carton of eggs going, what the fuck happened to eggs? Eggs. Eggs. The most basic food on earth. I mean, a chicken made this. For free. A chicken doesn't have a CEO or a quarterly earnings call about projected egg output for Q3. It just wakes up, lays an egg, and walks away. That's the whole business model, just a bird doing bird stuff. And yet somehow, between that chicken and my fridge, someone turned a free egg into a luxury item. You need a payment plan for an omelet now. You're financing breakfast. How did we get here? I don't know. I really don't. But I'll tell you what I do know. I did my groceries today. With my wife. Same store we always go to. Same list. Same cart. Same everything. 3 years ago, this trip was about $250. That was fine. That was the number. A family of 4, a week of food, $250. Nobody loved it, but nobody flinched. Today, $347. And I watched that total climb at the register the exact same way I watched the gas pump. Same feeling, same math, same tight chest, same face. You know the face? The one where you keep your expression completely dead so the person behind you in line doesn't know you're having a financial crisis behind your eyeballs. My wife looked at me. I looked at her. We didn't say anything. We've been married long enough to communicate financial stress through eye contact. The cashier said the number. I tapped my card, didn't flinch. I'm a professional at not flinching now. Honestly, I should teach a class. How to hear a number that hurts your soul and keep a straight face. I'd charge $50, but nobody can afford that either, so I'd have to offer a payment plan. Everything's a payment plan now, even my jokes. But wait. Let me tell you what I saw before we left. Because this is the part that actually got me. There was a woman at the meat counter. 2 kids in the cart. Little ones. She picked up a pack of chicken. Regular chicken. Not organic. Not free range. Not the chicken that did Pilates and drank alkaline water. Just chicken. She flipped it over. Looked at the price. Put it back. Picked up a smaller one. Looked at that price. Put it back too. And she just stood there for a second, staring at the shelf, like it owed her something, like she was waiting for the chicken to apologize. Then she grabbed a pack of hot dogs. Her kid, maybe 7, sitting in the cart, said, "I thought we were having chicken tonight." And she said, "We're having something better." And she smiled. But it wasn't a real smile, you know what I mean? It was the smile that means chicken is $18 now and hot dogs are $40. And that's the whole decision. That's the something better. I almost lost it right there in the store, because a mom shouldn't have to lie about hot dogs, and a kid shouldn't hear something better when it means something we can afford. But that's where we are. In a country that grows more food than half the planet, a woman is standing in the meat aisle performing dinner theater so her 7-year-old doesn't learn what over budget means. If you've been that mom on putting something back, doing the math before your kid sees your face, tell me. Drop your story in the comments. I want to hear what you put back. And it's not just her. That's what kills me. Once you start looking, it's everywhere. The old guy comparing 2 jars of peanut butter like he's reading a legal contract. The couple splitting the grocery list because they're both running calculators on their phones. In a grocery store, like it's a business meeting about bread. And the woman who put back orange juice because $7 for juice is apparently the line now. $7. For oranges, somebody squeezed. Nobody used to think about orange juice. You just grabbed it. Now you have to justify it to yourself like it's a major purchase. Everyone's doing math. Nobody's just shopping anymore. Shopping used to be boring. Now it's a survival game where your bank account is the health bar. Okay, here's where I need you to sit with me. We're complaining, and we should, but we're doing this in a country with shelves. Full shelves. Air-conditioned. With options. We're choosing between chicken and hot dogs. Now imagine you can't choose. Just sit with that. Imagine somewhere, doesn't matter where, there are dozens of countries right now where gas going up doesn't mean you drive less. It means you don't eat. Because the truck doesn't come. Because the farmer can't run the tractor. Because somewhere, someone in a room made a move. And the shockwave didn't stop at your gas pump. It kept going. Past borders, past oceans. All the way to a kitchen where a mother is stretching 1 cup of rice across 3 kids and hoping it lasts until tomorrow. She's not choosing between chicken and hot dogs. She's choosing between eating today and eating tomorrow. We're at $5 a gallon feeling sorry for ourselves. She'd walk 5 miles for clean water. Same planet. Same chain of events. Same people at the top making the same moves. Different end of the chain, that's the only difference. And the people at the very top? They've never pumped gas, never put back a pack of chicken, never watched a number climb on a screen and felt their chest cave in. They just make the moves. And the rest of us, all of us, everywhere at every end of the chain, we pay. I went home. Half a tank. Trunk full of bags that cost too much. My boy came out to help carry. He's 12. Grabbed the heavy bags without me asking. Milk, juice, the stuff that weighs more than his school backpack. And I saw it. This little flicker in his face. He looked at the bags, looked at me, and he said, and man, I wasn't ready for this. He said, "Dad, is stuff getting more expensive?" He's 12. He's not supposed to ask that yet. He's supposed to be thinking about games and school and girls and whatever the hell 12-year-olds think about. I don't even know. I can't keep up with him. But not this. Not prices. Not the cost of gas. Not why Dad's face looked like that at the register. But he noticed. He's been noticing. The restaurants we stopped going to. The brand of chips that changed. The eye contact thing his mom and I do at checkout. Kids see everything. We think they don't. They do. I said, "A little, but we're good." That's what dads say. We're good. Even when we're not. Even when the pump took $50 and the store took $347 and the paycheck hasn't moved, and you're standing in the driveway holding bags and holding it together at the same time. We're good. Because he's 12, and I want him to stay 12 a little longer. Before the math finds him. Before he figures out what the rest of us already know. That the people making the decisions never carry the bags. He'll figure it out. They all do. I just don't want it to be today. They want to know who has the biggest bombs. I want to know if I can fill my tank and feed my kids in the same week. Same world, different math. WrathNero. That's all I got. If this is the first time someone said what you've been thinking, there's more. I'll be here.